All right, chatbot builders, I've got a treat for you here today. We've got a pay to park chatbot that I've constructed. And to give you all a little background here, so my grandfather owns a parking lot. It's about 2 blocks from the beach here in my hometown. And normally this parking lot is meant for the restaurant parking that's attached to it. Well, the restaurant is currently closed. So one day, one of my grandfather's tenants came up to him and said, Leroy, why don't you start paying for parking? And he said, I don't want to manage it, right? I don't want to deal with it. Do you want to manage it? You want to deal with it? You go ahead. So this tenant put up a Venmo QR code that was just, hey, pay me 20 bucks for beach parking. And as you can imagine, once your boy caught wind of this, I said, no, 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 no. We're not going to let this continue. What we're going to do is we're going to make a QR code parking chatbot. And in order to kind of get an idea of how this was built and how the ground operation is going, I want to introduce a new character to this channel, which is Street Connor, which is our correspondence on the ground. So let's see how this chatbot's going. What's up, chatbot builders? It's a beautiful day here in Virginia Beach, about 80 degrees. Got some construction work going on here. We're gonna build some chatbot signs today. We got the whole family out, make it a little family ordeal. And yeah, let's see what happens here. Let's take a look at these signs. Came out pretty professional. Look at that QR code. 40 bucks online. We got some buckets here. Just pouring Quickcrete in the posts, and we'll wait till they dry. More to follow. Thanks, Street Connor, for that update. I'm sure we'll get you on the channel more often. Anyways, okay, so we have a QR code. How do I pull a QR code into a bot, into a conversation with a bot? Okay, this is inside of ChatbotBuilder.ai. If we go to the marketing section here, there's something called a magic link, which creates links for QR codes. Now you'll notice I have 2 QR codes here. I actually made a mistake here initially with adding these spaces in here. Do not do this, okay? Either add a single word or underscores or dashes, because this actually got inserted into the URL and certain browsers could not parse this. So I had to remake this. But what happens is you get the QR code off of this. This gives you a QR code here, and then which you can download, which I did and added to those parking signs that you saw. Okay, what happens when you open this QR code? It opens the web chat, right? If I click edit, you'll see I've inserted the web chat URL in here. So that QR code will redirect to this URL. And I get that URL going to settings, channels, web chat bot, manage, and you add a web chat here and you get the link right here. So this is the link that you insert inside of the magic link. That way the QR code opens to the following web chat. Okay, so let's get this link and open the web chat and see what this parking is. Come over here. I've got a branded Leroy's Beach parking here, which I made with Midjourney. Okay, making this look official. Welcome to Leroy's Beach Parking. Rates $20 for all day parking until 9. Please note, vehicles left after 9 may be towed at owner's expense. Leroy's Parking is not responsible for theft, damage, or loss of vehicles or their contents. Do not park in spots labeled reserves. These are for residents only. Anyone approaches you and asks for cash payment to park, ignore them. Park at your own risk. By using our facility, you agree to these terms. To proceed, please provide the following: license plate number, YFY 9045. Enter phone number, 805-705. There we go. It's a nice phone number. Boom. Okay. Now I've inserted a license plate and a phone number. Now you're going directly to this card, which is payment, right? It looks really professional. I've supported payment methods under here. I've got a direct call to action, which is pay to park. And you guys might actually, this might be familiar to you, and that's because this is actually Stripe generated code that is inserted into this bot, okay? Because if I click pay to park, now I'm leaving ChatbotBuilder.ai, and I now am directly on a Stripe checkout page. So I'm going to insert my info here and pay to park, and hopefully my post editing skills are on point. Otherwise, I'm going to be a very broke chatbot builder. Card. I do not want to do that. Okay, I'm going to click pay here. Now remember, I am outside of the bot. I am in a Stripe URL here. Here is where the super magic happens in this parking bot. Watch what happens when I click pay. I am a human. Green check. Boom, I'm back into the bot. And now I have a confirmation message. Thanks for parking with Leroy's Beach Parking. Hope you enjoy the beach. Remember, your vehicle with the license plate number that I have entered must leave the lot by 9 p.m. Boom, goes the dynamite. Okay, how did we build this? Let's go back into our chatbot builder backend. Okay, remember, when you open a bot message here, if I click on this web chat I've created, what is the flow that's going to get called? Welcome message. Okay, for those of you that have used Chatbot Builder, if we go into flows, Chatbot Builder has a welcome message already built out to you. Now, as you can imagine, I know that people are going to hit this QR code, go into the welcome message, and start this flow. So I've modified the existing welcome message to handle this flow. So here's where, if we look in the first block, I've got the image here for Leroy's Beach Parking. Then the first bubble, welcome to Leroy's Beach Parking. Now, what is this strong tag? Okay, why did I do this? Remember, going back to the web chat, if I scroll up to the top, this word rate is in bold. This word, please note, is bolded and it is blue. How do I get that functionality inside of Chatbot Builder? And the answer is HTML. So this strong tag is an HTML tag that I've wrapped around this word in order to make it bold. Same thing here. I have a strong tag and I have a style CSS to this tag in order to make it blue. Now, look what I have in here. Look at this block. Typing for 2 seconds. Okay, so I have inserted pauses on purpose. Okay, because they're going to see this on mobile. So I want the image to come up. I want welcome to Leroy's Beach Parking. And then I want to wait for a second for you to process the information in your brain that is being shown to you on the screen of your phone. Then you're going to get some more text that I want you to read. And then I'm sending you to another 5-second wait here because I want to make sure that you read all of the bullet points that I have entered. Then to proceed, provide the following. All right. This is a get user data capture block here where I have a custom field that I have added for license plate number. Then we do the same thing for phone number. And there is a custom field already built in Chatbot Builder for phone type, which is great because if somebody enters, garbage in here, it's going to catch it and say, hey, that's not a phone number. Give me the real thing. So it keeps them on track. Now, we could add some AI steps in here to validate this license plate number, but I don't really care that much, right? Because if somebody's going to screw around in here, that they're just wasting their own time. And if somebody goes through and pays for this, like it's going to be close enough. If a typo or something comes up here, it's not that huge of a deal, but definitely something we could add in here. Now here's where things are going to get a little bit weird. How did I get this card in here? How did I get this Stripe card in here? Now, I made a choice here. I could have used Chatbot Builder's e-commerce functionality. And I will tell you, that is the easier route because I don't have to take somebody off of this page and bring them back. And for most use cases, I would probably say use the Chatbot Builder e-commerce section, which is, if we kick out of flows real quick and we go to marketing, we can make e-commerce products in here. And this was me testing out this e-commerce product that I made. But what is, I think, the drawback for this particular solution? Okay. The e-commerce is named e-commerce for a reason, and that it's you add something to a cart. Here are multiple products. How much quantity do you want for this? This application for pay to parking, it's a single service, right? I just want you to go directly to a pay button and pay for parking. I don't need to give you a menu of items. And I also don't want the users on the other end, even if I have one item, to click add to cart, checkout. That is introducing friction into somebody paying me money. And if I have the ability to reduce that friction, I'm going to do that. So Chatbot Builder allows you to render iframes in here. So I have a URL link in here. Now I could have made this page on my own website, but what is the problem with that? The problem is that my website is built on WordPress and it does not support cross-origin natively, which for any of you that have tried to just pull a random website and throw it into an iframe and it says, sorry, unauthorized, or, can't refresh this page, you get like a gray block of death that says this doesn't work. And that's because there are security protections that way that some random person can't just grab a part of your website and throw it into an iframe. So my way around this was Cloudflare Pages. Okay, so I just threw the code snippet from Stripe because it already has that nice card that I like. So I threw that code in a Cloudflare page, tied it to GitHub, and had GitHub deploy the page. Now, I'm not going to go in detail in this video for doing that because it's not necessary, but I definitely did this on a hard mode in order to get that functionality. But I wanted you all to be aware that this is possible in doing it like this. And that's it, right? Because what happens is this card is going to sit, then I'm waiting for the person on the other end to click payment, open my Stripe, and start knocking this stuff out. Now, okay, Connor, how the heck did you tie this Stripe checkout back into the bot? All right, now this is another great Chatbot Builder functionality. We come back to marketing, entry point links. Share your bot on websites, social media platforms, or other messaging apps as an entry point for users to start a conversation with the bot. So if I click on this, I can tell the URL to come back to the specific bot here. So in the Stripe checkout pages, when you create a checkout link, and I'm not going to pull my Stripe up because, I don't feel like editing out half of the page so you guys can't look at it. There is an option, and instead of the normal confirmation page that Stripe sends you, there's a redirect link. So in that redirect link, I am going to get the URL here from payment confirmation. Let me go back real quick. This is another get link. So I get a URL that brings me back into the bot. And what's beautiful here, remember, normally somebody scans a QR code, it hits the welcome message, right? Because that's what I've told the web chat to do. Welcome message when you scan this QR. But after the Stripe confirmation gets rerouted back to the bot, my bot response flow, I'm calling a new flow that I've created, which is Leroy's order confirmation. So instead of going and interacting with the welcome message, you're now going to interact with Leroy's order confirmation, which I come back to flow. What did we put there? Remember, I've got thanks for parking with Leroy's Beach Parking. Hope you enjoy the beach. And I'm reminding them of the license plate number that they have entered here. So if I come into flows, Leroy's order confirmation. Okay, this is a lot of styling in here because there was a lot of colors and stuff like that. This is all HTML. But here's the important thing you see in here. License plate number, double curly bracket. That's the custom field that I've saved for my previous conversation. That is how I am pulling it back in because the custom field has been saved from the previous interaction. I can now present it back to the user. Okay, what is this extra stuff? Because I know that after the Stripe redirect, somebody on the other end has paid, I can now do a bunch of additional automations and additional things, right? So what I'm doing here is I'm setting a timestamp for action right now, okay, and formatting this date, Google Sheets, okay, boom. I'm now capturing custom fields, which is the license plate number, the phone number that was entered, and the exact date and time stamp that somebody has paid for parking. And now I have complete parking management automated from a sign. Woof, man, this is awesome. I love this. So what I basically just did in a few hours, I don't know why I've been talking this entire time in the top right corner. I apologize. So what did I just do? I just built a complete micro app, a complete micro SaaS service inside of Chatbot Builder in a matter of a couple of hours, right? And it's custom, bespoke to exactly what I want to solve this problem. And this is why these chatbot building platforms and chat are going to become so powerful. And that's the ability for us to take a problem in the real world and let me go try and solve it with a chatbot using these tools in a matter of a few hours, right? And because I've already put in the work, I can just make this a template. And now I can just sell parking chatbots for people that just need a QR code. Give me a QR code and then you just manage everything else, right? Because I'll put the QR code on a sign or laminate. And it doesn't even have to be parking, right? It's any QR code, start a chat conversation, link payments to it. And because I've basically made a microservice, I'll just add it onto my website. Here you go. If you want me to build you a parking chatbot, $79 a month. Here it is. And because this only took me a small amount of time to throw together, why wouldn't I put this up on my pages and offer it to clients? And if you compare the look of this page, and ignore this YouTube video, I'm going to replace it with the one I'm recording right now. But look at this. Google Sheet. Keep it simple. Here we go. Here's the QR code. Just try it for yourself. This is so simple, direct pricing, flat rate pricing. You know, straight up. If I go and look, let's look at the other chatbot QR code parking. I just Googled QR code pay to park services. Okay. Let's look at the first one. Ooh, QR code parking.co. This looks pretty good. Scroll down. Contact us. I got no pricing information anywhere on the site. Talk to experts. That's it. This is the contact us form. That sucks. Operations commander. Request a demo. Scroll down. Scroll down. It's just a lot of extra features. That sounds expensive. Form. No pricing. No pricing anywhere. Demo. Oh, Honk Mobile. Book a demo. No prices anywhere. You know what's, anytime that you're asked to book a demo, you know the service is really expensive, right? Because they got to pay those sales guys that are putting on those demos, right? And that's because these types of companies are coming together. Let's build a full SaaS application. Let's build a full product and let's hire these devs out and spend tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars and build all these features and this functionality. No, I think I'm just going to throw this up to a chatbot and pay one flat fee for really, really cheap, $79 a month. I'm going to pay for the back end of this chatbot in 30 minutes on a Saturday morning, one weekend. It's a no-brainer. Go. But if you want to go ahead and just go through one of these expensive digital parking services to pay for it, fine. But because the cost has been lowered and it's easier to entry, you can throw this up for an event that you're having. Maybe you have parking next to a football stadium or something. Like there are so many opportunities for chatbot builders to get in here and start building out these micro-SaaSes. That's it, micro products. And yeah, this is awesome. This is great. This thing's just going to print money, parking sign. So anyways, anybody that wants something like this, hit me up or build it yourself, right? Because you have the tools right here. These platforms are becoming more and more powerful every day. This isn't even AI. Where is my AI step in here? There isn't a single AI block in here. What I've done is I've built a chatbot application. That's it. Just a chatbot payment application. Doesn't have to be this crazy AI is going to change the world, right? Find a problem, build a solution for it. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And thanks for Street Connor for giving us the updates on the sign and for being there on the ground floor there, putting in the good work. And I'd love to know what you guys think about this. Talk to you soon. Thanks.